It is an inspiring reality that both Ethiopia and Brazil have made remarkable passes of economic growth in recent years. Ethiopia stands as one of the fastest growing economies in Africa, a testament to a committed reform agenda and a strategic focus on sustainable development with targeted investment sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, technology, and tourism. Turning to our bilateral trade relation, an honest review of the last 5 years reveals a narrative not of weakness, but the profound potential. While growing, our trade relationship remains markedly imbalanced, with a total turnover of about 45 million USD in average. This shows our shared challenge and, more importantly, our shared opportunity. There are promising signs within this trade exchange structure. Ethiopia's exports to Brazil, though modest, are led by value-added manufactured goods such as textile fibers and leather products, showcasing our advancing industrialization. Our import, in contrast, is dominated by essential goods such as cane sugar, agricultural machinery, and transport equipment. The current irregularity and the imbalance of trade exchange doesn't show our long-standing partnership, but a clear map of its untapped potential between the two nations. It underscores an urgent and mutual imperative to diversify our trade and significantly expand its volume and value. The opportunity is vast. Brazil's importers markets align with Ethiopia's growing strengths in sectors like apparel and leather goods. Conversely, Brazil's world-class expertise in agriculture, technology, renewable energy, and infrastructure represents a vast reservoir of knowledge for investment and technology transfer into Ethiopia's priority sectors. Our complementary is the very foundation upon which we can build a transformed economic partnership. Distinguished delegates, our partnership finds powerful and practical expression within the BRICS framework. Ethiopia's membership to the BRICS family in 2024 was a strategic milestone, and we profoundly value Brazil's supportive role in this process. Our collaboration here moves beyond symbolism. It is a vital platform to enhance intra-BRICS trade, advocate for equitable reforms in global institutions, and foster essential knowledge sharing in fields critical to our development. Ladies and gentlemen, let me turn now to a matter of paramount importance where Brazil's principal partnership has been indispensable on Ethiopia's historic accession to the WTO, or World Trade Organization. After more than 2 decades of delayed process, we are now in the decisive phase of this journey. Our goal is clear: to finalize our accession in 2026. We stand ready to convene the 7th Working Party meeting, having fully circulated our negotiating documents. This progress is built on a foundation of deep, politically demanding reforms across our macroeconomic framework, trade ecosystem, customs administration, and investment regime, including the historic liberalization of key sectors such as finance and telecommunications. Throughout this complex process, the government of Brazil has been a principled and constructive supporter. On behalf of the government of Ethiopia, I extend our deepest gratitude for this solidarity, which was recently exemplified by signing of our bilateral market access protocol, which is a vital step that significantly advances both our WTO objectives and our broader bilateral ties. We are equally grateful for Brazil's influential advocacy on our behalf in high-level WTO fora, where its voice as a respected leader of the Global South carries significant and welcome weight. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to briefly address the transformative potential of the African Continental Free Trade Area, which aims to establish a single integrated market of goods and services across our continent. The full implementation of the AfCFTA, African Free Continental Free Trade Area, represents a historic economic shift for intra-African trade. It will unlock a unified market of 1.4 billion US people with a collective GDP exceeding $3.4 trillion. As a flagship project of Agenda 2063, it is the pathway to a more inclusive and sustainable development future for Africa. Ethiopia is proud to have been a founding signatory of this continental initiative. We have now commenced trading under the FCFTA framework. In this context, I strongly encourage Brazilian investors to recognize and harness this unprecedented opportunity, using Ethiopia as a strategic gateway to access the vast unified African market. As we look forward, our agenda for economic cooperation must be ambitious and multifaceted. I propose a focus on the following key pillars. First, trade balance remedial measures through targeted trade promotion and business matchmaking. Second, investment-oriented cooperation. We invite Brazilian companies to leverage Ethiopia's strategic location to the African and the Middle East market, as well as growing domestic market. And third, knowledge and technology transfer are among others. Before I conclude, I would like to urge all stakeholders to engage actively in this forum and let us identify specific initiatives that can serve as the foundation for our collaboration, whether it in trade, investment, or technology transfer. It is very crucial that we take actionable steps to turn our discussion into tangible results. In conclusion of my remark, I am reaffirmed that today's forum is a critical platform to translate the high-level political goodwill into concrete business deals, lasting investments, and shared prosperity. The government of Ethiopia is on an irreversible path of economic transformation, openness, and integration. We see Brazil not just as a partner, but as a strategic ally in this journey. Together, we can create a legacy of collaboration that will benefit our nations for generations to come. I thank you all for your presence and participation, and once again, I would like to thank the Federative Republic of Brazil Embassy to Ethiopia to organize this forum. I look forward to fruitful discussions that will undoubtedly lead us towards a successful collaboration. With this few remark, the forum is officially open. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bilateral ties between Brazil and Ethiopia have indeed reached a new level of political density and strategic trust over the last few years. This is clearly illustrated by the historical visit of President Lula to Addis Ababa in 2024, as well as to the visit of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed to Brazil in 2025. These high-level exchanges sent a powerful signal of mutual confidence and a shared vision for deepened South-South cooperation. Brazil today stands as one of the world's leading emerging economies, with diversified economic structure encompassing a globally competitive agricultural sector, a solid industrial base, and a dynamic service economy. Brazilian agriculture plays a critical role in global food security, with major exports such as soybeans, sugar, meat, and a wide range of value-added products. Brazil is the world's largest coffee producer and exporter, an experience that creates natural avenues for cooperation and knowledge exchange with Ethiopia, the birthplace of coffee itself. Beyond agriculture, Brazil has developed robust industries in automotive manufacturing, machinery, mining, steel, aerospace, including Embraer, one of the world's leading aircraft manufacturers. Ethiopia, for its part, remains one of Africa's most dynamic and promising economies. The government of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has undertaken bold and commendable reforms aimed at liberalizing markets, enhancing macroeconomic stability, modernizing the financial sector, and attracting domestic and foreign investment. These reforms are reshaping Ethiopia's economic landscape. Combined with a young and growing population, Ethiopia offers a strong labor force, a rapidly expanding consumer market, and significant opportunities in agro-processing, logistics, and infrastructure. Another important milestone is the recent signing of the Brazil-Ethiopia Market Access Protocol, which supports Ethiopia's accession to the World Trade Organization. Ethiopia is now in advanced stages of WTO accession, with completion expected in 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, Brazil has accumulated decades of expertise in transforming low-fertility soils into some of the most productive agricultural areas in the world. While Ethiopia possesses vast land resources, favorable agroecological zones, and immense human capital. This combination represents a natural and powerful partnership. Brazil is globally recognized as well for its excellence in livestock systems, genetic improvement, and animal health. Our agricultural sector operates under one of the most rigorous sanitary and phytosanitary systems in the world. We want to help Ethiopia to enhance its food security, diversify supply sources, and reduce costs for Ethiopian consumers and processors. And beyond trade, Brazil stands ready to support Ethiopia in adding value, increasing productivity, and strengthening agro-industrial chains, contributing directly to employment generation and sustainable economic growth. In this context, the recent establishment of Brazil's Agriculture Office in Ethiopia, as well as the inauguration of the Cooperation Office of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Brazil in Addis Ababa, which will take place this afternoon, represent a concrete, long-term commitment to practical cooperation, turning political goodwill and tangible results on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by saying that the events such as today's forum help deepen mutual understanding and translate political alignment into concrete business opportunities. Despite the strong relationship between our governments, bilateral trade remains below its full potential. Together, Brazil and Ethiopia represent a market of over 300 million people, a powerful foundation for expanded trade and investment. This forum is therefore not merely a space for dialogue, but a practical step towards unlocking the vast opportunities that exist between our two countries. I'm confident that today's discussions will be productive, forward-looking, and result-oriented, leading to new partnerships and concrete outcomes. Thank you very much.
We are convened here today not merely as representatives of two nations, but as partners poised to write a new chapter in the relationship that built on mutual respect and shared ambitions. As a fellow of the Global South, we share not only a tropical spirit, but a profound understanding of the drivers of growth, our vast agricultural potential, our youthful and dynamic populations, and our persistent commitment to sustainable development. For decades, our cooperation has been a testament of South-South partnership, and today we stand ready to elevate it to unprecedented heights. This forum is a direct result of a shared visions of our two principals, His Excellency Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed and President Lula da Silva, when they were met in Rio on July 2025. The commitment that was made there to deepen and diversify our trade, investment, and technical cooperation is the very foundation upon which we have built this gathering. We are here to translate that high-level determinations and commitment of our principals into concrete business partnership, tangible projects, and shared opportunities. So we are welcoming the powerhouse of Brazilian enterprises, 76 leaders representing the pinnacles of Brazil's agriculture, innovations, aerospace excellence, investment promotion, and strategic diplomacy. This is a historic mission, and it is potential of limitless cooperations. None of this would have been possible without the diligent work and bridging efforts of our diplomatic missions and in Brazil and Addis Ababa. I'm so grateful for their contributions in realizing the dreams of our leaders. Your unreserved effort in arranging this forum, connecting our private sectors, and fostering this invaluable dialogue has been vigorous. Thank you for your turning a shared vision into today's promising reality. Let's bring our hands together for the two missions, please.
It is indeed my honor to welcome you all to Ethiopia, the land of origins, and most importantly, to this Brazil-Ethiopia Business Forum. From the very outset, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to ApexBrasil for their support, which has made it possible for such a large Brazilian delegation to join us here in Addis Ababa. This gathering indeed marks a significant milestone, as it is the largest investment and trade mission ever organized jointly by Brazil and Ethiopia. We are truly grateful for this collaboration, which demonstrates the deepening partnership between our two nations. Today's forum is not just an event. It is the beginning of a new chapter in Ethio-Brazil economic cooperation. Ethiopia stands at the threshold of unprecedented opportunities. With our ongoing economic reforms, the Ethiopian market offers a wealth of investment prospects in sectors such as manufacturing, agriculture, logistics, energy, and tourism. We believe that Brazilian investors, renowned for their expertise in technology, manufacturing, logistics, and sustainable development, and as well as vertical value chain integration, are uniquely positioned to seize the compelling investment opportunities that Ethiopia presents. The timing of your visit is particularly significant, as Ethiopia has undergone a remarkable journey of reform over the past 7 to 8 years. Our government has implemented far-reaching changes to create an open, dynamic, and investor-friendly environment. Allow me to briefly highlight why Ethiopia stands out as a compelling and strategic investment destination. Among the most notable changes are the liberalization of key sectors which are previously closed to foreign investment. Today, international investors are welcomed into our telecom, banking, import and export trade, wholesale and retail sectors. We have also lifted restrictions on ownership of immovable property, opening new horizons for those seeking to establish a long-term presence in Ethiopia. Regulatory improvements and digitalization efforts are making it easier than ever to invest and operate in Ethiopia. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, Ethiopia generates one of Africa's largest renewable energy supplies, offering investors reliable and affordable electricity, an essential advantage for manufacturing and agro-processing sectors. Ethiopia and the foreign investors have also built modern special economic zones, which are actually built for the purpose of providing efficient services. Our network of fully serviced special economic zones, plug-and-play infrastructure, streamlined customs procedures, and a trained labor force are ready to scale production. These facilities are purpose-built to support export-oriented and value-adding industries. Through the African Continental Free Trade Area, investors in Ethiopia can also access a 1.4 billion consumer market. Combined with the Ethiopian Airlines connectivity, Ethiopia serves as a natural gateway to the continent of Africa. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, Ethiopia also offers generous corporate income tax incentives, customs duty exemptions, investment guarantees, and a comprehensive one-stop service at the Ethiopian Investment Commission, from project registration to aftercare and expansion support. The investment opportunities in Ethiopia are also quite diverse. Our agriculture and agro-processing remain a priority sector for our economy, with abundant resources and a drive for modernization and value addition. Tourism, ICT, and mining are also ripe for investment in Ethiopia. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, we strongly believe that there is a lot that Brazil can offer to the rest of the world. Brazil's agribusiness and food processing sector is one of the most competitive globally in a way few countries can match. This makes Brazil a benchmark model for emerging economies seeking to move from primary agriculture towards globally competitive, value-added agro-food industries. More specifically, Brazil's success in treating acidic soil stands a powerful example of how long-term science-led investment can transform marginal land into globally competitive agricultural systems. This experience is directly relevant for countries like Ethiopia, where soil acidity similarly constrains agricultural productivity in high-potential regions. Brazil's model demonstrates that soil correction is not only a technical intervention, but an investment opportunity across the value chain, including lime production, fertilizer blending, seed development, extension services, and agro-processing. Distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of today's seminar is to foster a deeper understanding of the investment and trade opportunities that exist between Ethiopia and Brazil. Today, I warmly invite all of you to explore and seize the many investment opportunities that Ethiopia offers. Our doors are open, and the government is also ready to support and facilitate your business endeavors. In closing, I express my optimism for the future of Brazil-Ethiopia investment trade relations. May this forum be the beginning of fruitful investment and a lasting friendship. Thank you so much. I wish you a productive seminar. Thank you.